ahead on DC News Now. Another chance for snow. Meteorologist Damon Matson is tracking when the flakes will fly. 2 National Zoo staffers are recovering after an animal bit them during a routine training session. What the zoo says happened.
A family who lives in this home in Germantown says they're being slapped with hundreds of dollars of fines for their Christmas decorations. Why they say their homeowners association is acting like the Grinch.
Hundreds of volunteers will head to Arlington National Cemetery tomorrow to lay wreaths on veterans' headstones. How you can help honor the legacy and sacrifice. It's a disturbing mystery. A top surgeon explains what is behind the sharp rise in the number of younger adults getting cancer. That is what's going around.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hey there, thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Haley Mylon. Mark and Annalisa have the evening off. Let's get right over to meteorologist Damon Matson to get a look at our forecast. And Damon, we've been talking about one thing for the past few days, and that is snow.
Right. It's been on the minds as it's been on the colder side of things again, and we are watching a couple of systems passing through. Now, one of those systems passed us by today, but it definitely took more of a southward track to the point that even the small chance for a little bit of light snow across Virginia, it just did not materialize. We only had a few flurries down toward the Shenandoah Valley, out along into the Allegheny front, but outside of that, the rest of us just dealt with plenty of cloud cover, but no flakes whatsoever. But as we head into the evening time here, for a brief moment, those clouds are going to clear up. So we'll see a bit of clear sky as we roll on into the night. We've had chilly temperatures mostly in the 30s today, and we will see those dropping back down into the 20s as we head into the start of the weekend. But the one bright side to this is all day today, and as we even head into this Friday night, the wind has remained calm, so the wind chill has not been a major issue, thankfully enough. Now, as we head into the upcoming weekend, what is the latest with our next shot at some snowfall Saturday night going into Sunday morning? We'll have updates on that and a full look at your forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, we'll check in with you in a moment. Continuing the conversation about the cold temperatures, though, 2 DC-based organizations provided winter essentials to those who need them at the Marion Barry Market in Southeast DC. Organizers with WellPoint DC partnered with Dreaming Aloud to give out comfort bundles like pillows, blankets, and gloves, along with hot drinks and resources.
Able to partner these 2 things together is a lane that is unique to Dreaming Out Loud, and that's the lane we plan on zooming in.
And so any way that we can work to make someone's day brighter, make someone make sure they're getting food, make sure that they have the necessary resources, is always a great thing.
The event is part of the winter warm-up series that's held throughout the city during the holiday season. In Maryland now, Kilmar Abrego Garcia is speaking publicly for the first time today, just one day after a federal judge ordered his release from ICE custody. He showed up for his check-in at the Baltimore field office, surrounded by dozens of supporters who've been rallying around him for weeks now. Now, Abrego Garcia had been detained at a Pennsylvania facility until a judge stepped in, saying that the government doesn't have the authority to hold him without a final deportation order. For now, Abrego Garcia says he's focusing on staying with his family and continuing his fight outside of detention.
No importa lo que este gobierno diga, al final yo sigo creyendo que este es un país de leyes, un país de justicia, y sobre toda esta injusticia que se ha hecho, vamos a llegar a su fin.
Regardless of this administration, I believe this is a country of laws, and I believe that this injustice will come to its end.
No, even though he's out of ICE custody, his legal fight isn't over. The government could still try to move forward with removal proceedings against him. We're getting an update on the condition of Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. We're told that he's been released from MedStar Washington Hospital Center. This comes after he and Sarah Beckstrom were both shot in the head near the White House the day before Thanksgiving. Doctors say Wolf has made remarkable progress. He's breathing on his own and can even stand with assistance. He's now moving to inpatient rehabilitation to continue his recovery, and his family and medical team are praising his strength and the outpouring of support from the community, military, and national leaders. Maryland National Capital Park Police releasing this sketch of a man who they say assaulted someone on Silver Spring walking trail last month. They say it happened on November 1st on a stretch of the Northwest Branch Trail between Oakview Drive and Piney Branch Road. Anyone with information about these allegations should contact police. We want to warn you now, this next story could be disturbing for some viewers. A now former D.C. charter school teacher is facing federal charges tonight. They're accused of producing child pornography and enticing a minor. Prosecutors say 35-year-old John Aaron Gass is a history teacher at District of Columbia International School. He was arrested at his Hyattsville home yesterday. Charging documents allege that Gass sexually abused a student beginning earlier this year and recorded the encounters, even entering the teen's bedroom through a window at night. The school releasing this statement, saying in part, quote, "We recognize the profound impact this has on our DCI community, and we're actively working to support those affected." DC News Now's Yamari Sase is following this story for us, and we'll have a full report coming up on DC News Now at 9. Fire crews in Damascus responded early this morning after a 911 caller reported a large field on fire next to her home. When firefighters arrived there, they say the blaze had spread to a house and the flames were in the attic and a bedroom. Officials say one person was able to get out safely and wasn't injured. A downed power line was also reported at the time. The fire was under control about an hour later, but the cause is still under investigation. Democratic members of the House Oversight Committee released photos from Jeffrey Epstein's estate, and the images show powerful people who were in some way linked to the late sex offender. Now, among the pictures is one that appears to show a bowl of novelty condoms that have a caricature of Trump's face. Now, none of the photos show any potential sexual misconduct or appear to show any underage girls. The GOP-led committee got these images from the Epstein estate as part of its ongoing investigation. Ahead at 4:30, DC News Now's Raquel Martin breaks down who is seen in the photos. It's the time of year when families decorate their homes and spread holiday cheer to their neighborhoods. But one family in Germantown, Maryland says they're being slapped with hundreds of dollars of fines for their Christmas decorations. Our Liberty Simmons is there tonight in Maryland. And Liberty, what can you tell us about their fight with the Homeowners Association?
Well, Haley, we are less than 2 weeks away from Christmas, and you can see the family's decorations here for the big celebration. But they say their HOA is acting like the Grinch. During the snow last week, the Salgado family home turned into a winter wonderland.
I think they're actually really pretty. I think they're nice. I think it's really nice when me and my kids drive by and we see them at night and stuff. I mean, it's pretty festive.
But not everybody liked it.
They're charging us $50 a day for this display, which is the lights, the angels, and I feel like they're just coming up with stuff to fine us even more.
The family says the attorney for the Middlebrook Manor South Homeowners Association sent them this fine notice for $650, stating their lawn ornaments and decorative light installations were in violation and an annoyance and nuisance to the neighborhood. Other neighbors disagreed.
I think they're just being nitpicky, maybe because they have more decorations than a lot of the other people on the block, but it's still on their property.
Sapuli Salgado says the ordeal has put stress on their family, and they feel they're being subject to religious discrimination.
Our religion is very much displayed with the nativity. It's just hurtful that people want to try to take this joy and our religion away.
They say they just wanted their display to spread Christmas joy.
People just wanted to enjoy the Christmas spirit, and we wanted to bring that to the community as well.
Now, we reached out to the Homeowners Association as well as the property manager and the lawyer representing the HOA multiple times, and we have yet to hear back. For now, live here in Germantown, Maryland, Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.
Liberty, thank you for that reporting. Well, the Washington Commanders will be playing for their pride this weekend when they head up north to take on the New York Giants in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The team looking to snap a 8-game losing streak. Now, sports director Derek Forrest joins us here in studio. Now, Derek, we know that Jayden Daniels is out, but hey, they could still take this one home, stop that losing skid. The Giants are struggling too.
Yeah, they're hoping they can get back to that team that played the Miami Dolphins in Spain and then played the Denver Broncos, where they were competitive and not the team that they were when they were taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And as you mentioned, Jayden Daniels is not starting. Marcus Mariota is getting the start. But this is a team, the Commanders, who are taking on the Giants, who have also hit a losing streak. They have lost 7 games in a row. The Commanders, they have lost 8 games in a row. So someone's got to come away with a victory. And unfortunately for both of these teams, they have now lost a combined 15 games in a row. But head coach Dan Quinn says it all starts with this team coming together and playing competitive football, because they haven't been playing great in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams, and they need to find a way to do so Sunday.
To Sunday, it's not like players, coaches, just the team then. And so, like, everyone there is responsible for everything. How do you elevate? And so I challenged us to say, what parts can we do better and find our way to make our mark. But, yeah, it's good to do everybody together. And that way it's never this fault, it's collectively.
All right, so as you mentioned, Jayden Daniels not playing in this game on Sunday. Dan Quinn today said all of a sudden that he's not cleared for contact, which is interesting because coming off the game, he said he could have gotten back in. So who knows where the status of Jayden Daniels will be for the remainder of the season.
At this point, Derek, with this record, do you just say we need an insurance policy here? We don't want to risk it.
So the personal opinion is the elbow can now be used as an excuse to no longer put him in the game.
Okay.
So there's a chance with 3 games remaining after this week, we might not see Jayden Daniels.
Okay, Derek, well, all the good vibes for the Burgundy and Gold. Derek, thank you so much. We'll be following that.